Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bradley Weinstein, your full-service chiropractor located at 2228 Black Rock Turnpike, Suite 208 in Fairfield, Connecticut. You can also look us up on the web at www.drbradleyweinstein.com. We've got some great information on our website as well, some great pictures, some great videos, some great blogs, etc. What I want to talk about today is ear infections. And the reason I want to talk about it is because it seems this time of the year is when they're running rampant. Right? We get calls almost on a daily basis. My child has been suffering from chronic ear infections. Can you help? I've done my research. I've seen that chiropractors often treat ear infections. And my response to them is always the same. We don't treat anything. We are chiropractors. We remove subluxations. And so how ear infections actually work and how chiropractors can help is, you see this top cervical vertebra right here. This is C1 or atlas. This gets misaligned. It can be during the birth process. It can be trauma. Kids fall, they slip, sometimes they're dropped, etc. Now, if that misaligns, it will create a subluxation. And the subluxation is when the vertebra misaligns to the extent that it's putting pressure on the nerve. Now, the nerves that come from C1 through C3, is called the superior cervical ganglia. That nervous plexus goes to the muscle called the tensor veli palatini muscle. The tensor veli palatini muscle will go into spasm as a result of the subluxation. And guess where the tensor veli palatini muscle is? Yes, tensor veli palatini muscle is the opener and closer of the eustachian tube, which is the drainage system of the inner ear. So you see where I'm going with this. If there's a subluxation at C1, it affects the eustachian tube. So as a chiropractor, my job is to realign gently the spine of the child, taking the pressure off the nerve, allowing the tensor veli palatini muscle to do its job, which is open and close the eustachian tube. That's what chiropractors do. We don't treat ear infections. So if your child is suffering from chronic ear infections, and quite often it's a misnomer, the parents will come in and say, my child is suffering from 4 or 5 different ear infections over the course of the last 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. I tell them it's not 3, 4, 5 different ear infections. It's one long ear infection that hasn't gone away. You can treat it with antibiotics, but it's not draining the eustachian tube. All it's doing is killing the bacteria. So my recommendation is for those of you suffering from ear infections or children suffering from ear infection, consult your local chiropractor, see if they treat children, see if they take care of children, and get your child in immediately. I'm Dr. Bradley Weinstein, your full-service chiropractor.